Didn't say I went live on Twitch, right?
Bad boys. Uh-oh.
Let's
Should I
begin
take
with
my
a
hat off
moment
for
of
this?
silence, please, gentlemen. Evan, sound
Who's
the
this?
bells.
Dong.
Breaking news. That's
Who is
already
that
pretty
moment
much
of
been a
silence
week, right? Martin Truex Jr.'s
Oh,
career is coming to an
okay.
end.
Who?
You shut your mouth.
I think that's our first topic.
Oh, we're going right to the
Yeah.
racing right away?
I
don't
guess
know.
so. I
Okay.
mean, there's not bigger news in NASCAR for years.
Okay.
One of the greats, one of the all-time greats.
Okay.
I mean, Kevin Harvick retired last year. I feel like that was right up there.
We talked about it for 15 weeks in a row.
Truex is better than Harvick.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyways,
We're starting off with delusion this week, folks.
the big story of
amount
the
of
week.
championships, and Truex has more second place
Big
finishes.
story of the week
More
prior to the race. Oh man, should we even do this tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
I'm just gonna listen to Donnie cry.
That's
Cry.
basically it.
I don't
All right.
know if I'll be on the podcast next year without Truex.
Might be my retirement too.
Who am I gonna pick?
Well, the rumor is he's going to do like 10 races. So, I mean, we'll have Donnie for 10 episodes.
Right?
Is that a rumor? I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, someone said that's what he kind of said. Which,
I'd love it if James Small did 0.
why? It'd be interesting to see if it was James Small or Truex that was the issue. Put him with
I think
somebody
we all
else and let's
know.
find out what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're already talking about it. So the big story of the week prior to the race was that Martin Truex Jr. was anticipated to announce his retirement on Friday, which of course ended up being the case. Evan took the opportunity to start a new series for Before the Green called The Lockup, where he looks in depth at some of the bigger news stories throughout the series as they occur. So make sure to check that out on Before the Green YouTube channel, which I did watch. Good job, Evan. I
Thanks,
enjoyed
bro.
it. Yeah.
Donnie
you gotta
hasn't been able to watch it yet through the tears.
You got to do something with that glare off your glasses. That was distracting.
I know, but I got to do it in for these videos too. I got to figure something out, and I haven't yet.
Yeah.
Also, the one on the top of your head there.
Yeah.
It's only when I'm opening in prayer.
Your yarmulke.
Yeah. All right, but Donnie, what are your thoughts on this, and what do you think is a path forward for both MTJ and for JGR?
It's kind of one of those things we knew for kind of seems like years it's been coming, and so now that's finally announced. Like it's just, I'm depressed about it, man. Like I honestly, like I knew it was coming, but now that it's actually there, it's just, yeah,
Tough
like,
losing your driver.
It is. It really is. And I mean, like I already lost Jimmy like not long ago, and it's just, yeah. No, it's tough, but JGR going forward, I mean, the rumors of Chase Briscoe taking the seat, that just seems weird to me. I don't think that's the move to make, but I mean, also too, like JGR is not known really to take guys up through the pipeline and keep them there. Like I don't feel like they get a fair shake, you know what I mean? You had Suarez, Eric Jones, like all guys brought up and moved on from very quickly. So maybe Briscoe is the move to make. Who knows?
Kyle Busch said he's open to going anywhere.
Honestly, if old Toyota toughness Kyle Busch came back, I'd be all for it.
But he did basically said he's going to be at RCR next year. So, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
But it was interesting for him to say that. I thought,
right?
Oh, okay. I don't know what that says. The episode brought to you by Kleenex. Oh, man. Brutal.
Donnie doesn't need beard oil anymore. It's just soaked in tears.
What a guy.
Brutal. Anything else you'd like to add to this, Evan, or did you say it all in the lockup?
I think I said it all in
the lockup.
I
saw the lockup, and I figured it must have been a thing about Evan's search history. But I guess it's NASCAR related.
Yeah. Actually, so I will say this. I want to know your opinion on this because I presented a theory that the 18
My opinion?
Yeah, I want to know your opinion on this.
Okay.
Because I presented a theory that the 19 car will not be in NASCAR next year, and it will actually be the 18. And the reason I said that is because the 18 is much more critical to like the overall history of JGR than I think the 19 is. Like the 19 came when Carl Edwards came, was there through Suarez, and then of course now with Truex. But the 18 was the first car number they ran, and they ran it all the way up through until what, 2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll keep the 19, or do you think they'll switch back to the 18?
See, I can't remember. Did the 18 win a championship?
3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
One was
Kyle
Bobby
Busch,
Labonte,
yeah.
and 2 was Busch.
But
Yeah.
Labonte is wondering. Yeah.
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 Actually, for that matter, of the 213 wins they have, the 18 has been 80 of them.
Yeah.
Over a third.
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking, history and stuff like that, I think you would bring the 18 back. But I also think you want to put a decent driver in it. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. That's a good take. I wouldn't be surprised to see it shake out that way.
I think it'd be cool.
I mean, Truex never won a championship for Gibbs, so.
Right. Well, Gibbs aligned equipment, I'm sure they take credit for it somehow, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see the 18 back on track. Like literally ever since I've been watching, the 18 was like, that was synonymous, right?
Yeah.
It kind of disappeared.
I mean, with no M&Ms on it, though, I don't know.
Well, it had interstate batteries until 08.
Yeah. The ugliest interstate batteries paint job ever.
What? Are you serious?
The Zebra?
Oh, that one was ugly, but before that, there was better ones.
It
that was
wasn't
the one they ran with JJ Ailey, I think. But Bobby Labonte's old interstate battery scheme was super sharp. Like early 2000s. Yeah, look that up. I think you'll like it.
It's before my time. So, NBC.
Older than a year ago, so yeah.
Yeah. NBC takes over the broadcast of the NASCAR Cup Series from Fox for the remainder of the season. However, with one piece of the puzzle no longer there, as Dale Jr. will not be in the booth for NBC this season, as he took on a new contract with new partners for next season. How was the broadcast with NBC in comparison to Fox, and did you feel as though you missed Dale?
Yeah, I mean, compared to Fox, there is no comparison.
like it was watching a race, and I didn't notice the commercials. Like they put the commercials in the right spots. Yeah.
Just throwing things around. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said with the commercials, there's a lot more side by side.
Mm-hmm.
And at times when it mattered, not like we're going side by side commercials and you're watching them go around to caution or red flags.
And it didn't seem like they were pushing for a commercial. Fox, it seems like, we've run out of things to talk about. Let's go to commercial. But it seemed like NBC, it was like they didn't want to go to commercial, I guess.
For sure. And I mean, as far as go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna tag on the last part of the question there. As far as Junior being gone, I miss him, but it's one of those. It's so much better than Fox that you don't even need Junior there.
Yeah.
So
I think you would notice it a lot more if we didn't have another broadcast partner between his last race and this one, right? If we didn't have Fox at Daytona and we had NBC and we were like, oh man, we're missing him, I think you would notice it a lot more. What I really liked is when there was a restart, I saw it.
Yeah, right.
There was a lot fewer crowd shots and stuff, which I thought was really great.
And they explained things, what was going on at the time. Someone's into the wall. We actually seen that happen.
Except for the one time they threw the caution and we didn't see it because they never hit the wall.
That was a ridiculous caution. Do we talk about that?
You know what? Do we talk about that? We don't. No. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Christopher Bell's doing good. Toyota's going to make a move. Let's throw a caution. That's how that felt.
It was honestly the most absurd caution ever.
It wouldn't have been so bad if they would have threw it for the two tires that went down before that.
100%. Who else lost them? McDowell lost them. I think we did have a caution for Allmendinger because he was actually like in the wall and like damaged bad. But McDowell lost one. Eric Jones, I think, lost one. And they all get in the wall and not a thing happened. And truthfully, I didn't even think the Noah Gragson spin deserved a caution. Like, he never touched anything. He straightened right back out. Actually had a wicked save, to be honest with you. That was pretty impressive. Like, I didn't think that one deserved a caution. And I sent a message. Well, I was going to say to both of you, but only one of you was talking. And said that was like the biggest entertainment caution I've ever seen in my life. And I honestly think that's 100% what it was. They wanted some drama, and it was pretty pathetic, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was garbage.
And I'm glad like NBC actually like went at them for. Is like, what are we calling this for? Like they were
dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's what I liked. It's like, okay, good, keep them accountable, guys.
Well, because they show you Hemrick's car.
Would have been like,
yeah,
I remember a caution like this in '62 with Smoke Johnson.
Smoke Johnson, like, you're never gonna let that go, are you? No, when they came to Hemrick's car and they're like, caution's out for Daniel Hemrick, and like not a mark on the vehicle. You're like, what do you mean the caution's out for him? Unless he spilled a pile of oil, there's no reason for this.
Insurance fraud.
Yeah. How much do you think colleague is paying for cautions when they need them?
Right. That's what this comes down to. So they're trying to push colleague to a championship.
They should put Haley in the car then.
Surprising again.
Great.
Right. Actually, the DBC boy, Couch Racer, which has some of the DBC boys on it, tweeted today that Haley is like, I forget how they worded it, but essentially Haley's in the rumor mill to not be in the 51 next year, but his car will still have a 1 in it. So a lot of people are speculating he might be going to the 21, which would be interesting. Especially if Chase Briscoe was the front runner for the 21 and now isn't. That
which
does
still
kind of
shocks me. Like who are
you gonna pick? Who do you pick that's better?
No, and it's not that. It's just I would think that Ford would throw money and resources to keep Briscoe. Like he's kind of been their up and coming guy, and like we know he can when his equipment's solid. Like I just don't get how you let a guy like that walk away.
I don't know either. As a matter of fact, if I was Ford right now, I'd be throwing money at Kyle Busch because it doesn't look like he's happy.
Yeah,
you know, and maybe he's getting a little out of his prime. I don't know, but.
Yeah, I still don't think it's going to be Briscoe to the 19 or 18. No, I don't think so.
Who do you think Ford's
going to keep him? I don't know. Harrison Burton, yeah, for sure.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
Jeff called it a favor, so we're going to do that. But like it seems
Harrison like Burton and James Small are going to go on a dynasty run.
But I don't think Gregson's going to end up there. For one, I don't think it'd be a good team dynamic, him and Gibbs on the same team.
But you look at what happens with Tyler Reddick, and like, did he not get out of his contract early?
Yep.
So I'm just saying, if he goes,
are you sure you didn't watch the lockup?
No, I didn't. I thought I was going to have to post bail if I did. So Gregson goes to RCR.
Mm-hmm.
If Dylan wants to stick around, I can see them letting Kyle Busch walk away and go back to JGR.
Well, apparently with that deal, because Bass Pro is going to have some freed up money, I guess Bass Pro is basically funding a third charter for RCR and bringing Gregson over, which is a whole other element.
Right, but what happens?
We've never seen RCR as a 3-car team, have we?
No. And here's the thing: we're talking RCR and charters. Like we still don't even have a charter agreement.
I know.
So like that's what's insane. Is like Tony Stewart selling 4 charters that there's no agreement.
Could be worthless.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same point, like people are like, I think if you want one, I don't think you can sit around and wait for a charter agreement to come up either, because everybody seems to want one.
Yep.
But from what I'm saying is it seems like they were supposed to have an agreement not to buy a charter before the agreement came out, and then
Yeah.
front row.
Front row just went and was like, yeah, no, we'll take one. And I guess that's not going over well.
Try not tell our friends because you
Yeah.
know.
And they haven't been subtle about anything this year. They're just like, well, I guess the McDowell announcement was actually Spire that was like, oh yeah, no, we got him. We're just gonna announce it now. But they were the same with the like moments after it happened. They're like, oh yeah, we bought one of those. Like we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I will say the silly season has not been like sit around and wait all year to find out. Even Truex, it was less than a week from the time we
Right.
heard he needed to make an announcement by the end of the month until he made
Yeah.
one. Like it was, yeah, I will say, which I kind of like. Tell me the rumor and then confirm it. I like that.
Yeah.
But the schedule is still not out, but that's a whole different thing. All right, so the weekend started off with multiple drivers having tire issues during practice and qualifying, notably Ross Chastain and Christopher Bell. Chastain received no damage but caused a red flag while NASCAR used 2 tow trucks to lift the car onto a dolly before transporting it to save damaging the underside, which took 15 minutes, by the way. It was ridiculous. But while Bell had to resort to backup car and start in the rear. The conversation for the remainder of the weekend turned to tires, with many mentioning the possibility of a Bristol repeat. However, come Sunday, the issue seemed to have toned down significantly, with only a few cars having minor issues, with the exception of AJ Allmendinger, who ended up being eliminated from the race. How did you feel about the tires Goodyear brought to the track, and did they hinder or improve the racing in your mind?
Yeah, like I
Same
don't
as
think
always, no tire
Yeah,
wear.
they didn't do anything exactly. You go from like, can we go 30 laps on these to Truex winning 130?
Yeah.
Like it was basically like the All-Star race, like all this hype, and then
Yeah. Like
yeah,
40 laps,
don't
40
change
laps
your
to go,
tires.
put 2 on instead of the guys who put 4 on can't catch you. Like it's just
Yeah.
I will say it was noticeable when it went from sun up to sundown how much less passing there was. And I think,
yeah, because Kyle Larson wrecked at that point. He was the only one passing all day.
oh my goodness. How do you even watch? Like, how do you even watch the broadcast? Like, you must just like die to not have an in-car feed of Kyle.
Man, he came out after he took that extra pit, like 33rd, and drove back up to first in like a matter of like 20 minutes. Like, dude, dude was wheeling that car.
How'd that work?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that too.
What?
Did Bowman finish the race, Evan?
He did, yeah. Everybody.
Yeah, Truex did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Larson, a few laps down.
So,
what was it, like 31? I will say though, so I honestly think had the track stayed hot, we might have maybe seen more issue and a little more tire wear. But once it cooled off, I think that's why the 2-tire strategy could work that Blaney had, because it with the cooler temperature, the tire just was not wearing as much, and they had a little more grip. So I don't hate it. I actually think it was more the timeline of the race, but it was still one of the better short track races we've had in the next gen era. So whether that was the tire or whether NASCAR has continued to make improvements, whatever it is, we are at least trending theoretically in the right direction. And I'm here for that. I would like that trend to continue. Don't go back the other way, but I still think we need to be more aggressive with what we try, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad race, but
no, it really wasn't. Like, considering we didn't have the tire drop off and stuff like that, it was, yeah.
Let me put it this way: considering it started at 8:00 here for us local time,
that's the rough part.
And I was able to stay awake through the whole race and not fall asleep. It had to be somewhat entertaining. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Right. Your sugars must have been in range last night.
Oh my goodness, I am not diabetic.
All right, so Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez, which is now a swear word in my mind, makes contact with Kyle Larson while on the bottom of, is it 4 wide? You put 4 wide here, but I thought it was 3 wide.
Sorry, Bubba was actually inside there too. That's what made it 4 wide.
But, so that was resulting in Larson spinning in front of the field and collecting Denny Hamlin. That was the only good thing that happened. Larson would continue on, however, would fall many laps down and not complete the day. What are your thoughts on what happened, and do you feel like there's any intention behind it?
So
So here's what I think happened. Okay. I think Larson was aggressive all day and put himself in bad positions, and it never bit him until this time. Where I think things went wrong, obviously Daniel got into him. Like Daniel was the cause here. But what I actually think happened is as Bubba comes up on the inside, I would wager a guess. I'd have to go back and listen to actual in-car audio, but I would wager a guess that at that time, Daniel's spotter goes, "You're middle of 4 wide, car inside," or something along those lines, because you see the wheel jerk to the right as if he's like, "Oh crap, there's someone in there," and then he kind of stabilizes. And I actually think it was a knee-jerk reaction to hearing that there was a car inside. To answer the important question,
well, why the heck would there be a car inside? Like that was a stupid move on Larson's part.
I don't know if
I'd be surprised.
Aggressive.
Bro, you would be like, this is the type of thing. You pass on the shoulder and then get wrecked, and someone wrecked me. Like, you were driving like an idiot. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
He drives to win, which I agree. It was
exactly.
It wasn't a smart move.
What? You can't blame Suarez for like.
Oh, you can definitely blame Suarez. He turned right into him.
Like, unless you put Crisco on the side of Larson's car, there wasn't room for him to squeeze through there. Like, honestly, like,
I thought Donnie was going to be mad.
Get into him.
I thought Donnie was going to be mad at me, but I think it's going to be Korey that leaves here upset today.
Kyle Larson did say in an interview, he's like, "Yes, it wasn't the smartest move. I was too aggressive." But then he added, I have to realize who I'm racing around. So that pretty much summed it up for me. So
to be fair,
Daniel Suarez needs to learn how to race and also needs to learn how to speak English.
I don't know. Daniel Suarez finished 9th. Daniel Suarez.
How many languages do you speak?
Well, yeah, because he just wrecked everyone in his path.
No, he didn't. Just 2.
What a guy.
So
no, that's Larson. Don't put your car where it shouldn't be. There's no reason to go there at that time. It's not like you're on the last lap. You got to make something happen. And because you're stupid and aggressive, you almost ruined Denny's day too. Like, just because you can handle a car
had his
doesn't
day
mean
pretty much ruined for himself. But
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't for that bogus caution. Denny was running 30th all day. Denny was lapped multiple times yesterday. Like, I think he was only 1 lap down in the end, but like he was like multiple laps. Yeah, I think to Donnie's point, I agree. Like, Suarez may have caused the impact, but Larson caused the situation. If that was aggressive,
yes, I will give you that. Yeah. Again, but that's how
that's
how he drives. Like, so what do you expect? I mean, you gotta,
right, but you can't blame other guys for how he drives.
He didn't blame him though. That was just everybody else blaming him.
Yeah, you're blaming him.
Well, yeah, because I'm a Kyle Larson fan. Of course I'm gonna blame you.
I'm saying you're ridiculous. Like,
say if it would have been Truex, you would have blamed Suarez too.
You leave Daniel Suarez alone.
Suarez, yeah.
I probably blame James Small, for being honest.
Yeah, if anyone knows aggressive driving though, like I race and I'm a little aggressive, so like I get it. Yeah.
Same caliber.
Wrecked myself the other night, actually.
Nice.
Keeping it classy. All right. We don't need to go into iRacing. No. Sorry.
That's enough of Daniel Suarez. Suarez.
Get it right.
No talent bum. All right. Ryan Blaney wins in Iowa in a fashion that was somewhat reminiscent of Martinsville earlier this year with HMS and their 40th anniversary celebration. The reason it was reminiscent of that is because NBC did a fairly thorough job of ensuring that
anything to bring Hendrick Motorsport up. Like,
no,
we're all aware.
How can we turn a Blaney Ford win into a story about Hendrick? Let me see.
All right, so 80 of Ryan's family members were there in attendance. Ryan dominated throughout much of the race, but on the final pit stop, only took 2 tires and was able to hold off William Byron, as well as Chase Elliott and a hard-charging Christopher Bell to take the win. In a rare occurrence, we saw him perform a burnout in celebration. Obviously, this locks him into the playoffs, but where does he stack up currently amongst his competition heading to the offseason? The offseason or the playoffs? What were you trying to say there?
Yeah, I meant postseason.
Okay.
Yep. Listen, I wrote this after the race was done last night.
I was impressed. Yeah, I was late.
Yeah.
You were impressed. Jeez, you impressed easy.
Well, that you stayed up that late.
I will say with the way that with the way they've been running lately, I think they're running better earlier in the year than they were last year when he won the championship. Now, I don't necessarily think that he's on my radar as, ready to set the world on fire and repeat as champion or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But those cars have continued to improve. And if that continues, then we've got a pretty good situation on our hand, especially if the way Toyota ran, like Toyota only had one car in the top 14. They had two in the top 15 with
Toyota sucked yesterday.
Toyota was brutal. And
like if it didn't go long run, then Bell's not in. Bell's not even up there. You know what I mean?
And Toyota's been dominant on the mile and shorter tracks this year, so that raises a concern for me if I'm Toyota. The last 3 weeks, have actually been
3 or 2.
Well, they blew an engine with Christopher Bell 2 weeks ago.
All right. The only reason I'm not concerned so much is because we had a repave last week and this week a new track. So maybe, in my opinion,
I'm just saying Toyota got it wrong.
Yeah,
because I mean, like they were testing tires, like everything was running different than what they showed up. So like you kind of think you have, an insight to how this thing's going to run, and then it's nothing like that. I think they just missed it. Like,
if they go out next week and kick the bucket, then there might be a concern. But I'll give him a pass right now.
I'm just saying I think Ryan's stock is definitely rising right now, especially since this takes him off the bubble and puts him comfortably in. And he
didn't set the world on fire last year. Like that's the thing. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Like they're running way better, way earlier.
Runs, I feel like this just allows them the freedom to try some different things, and like I think this makes them a bigger threat, like winning early, and like I can see them playing around with different things, and
you better go catch your train of thought. It sounds like it's
right.
Leaving the station.
There it goes.
All right. What about you, Corey? You had a feeling about Blaney last year. Do you have a feeling about Blaney this year?
He's the only reason. I'm the only reason why he won last year. So I mean,
Oh, okay.
I
will say, if that were true, that like someone saying I have a feeling about so and so was true,
Alex Bowman would be winning everything right now.
No, I'm thinking maybe Dale Jr. saying I'm going to pick Ryan Blaney to be the champion would have more impact than
Dale
Corey
Jr.,
MacArthur, first-year watcher.
Hey, he's top 3 in points picks right now, man.
That's right, man.
Come on. We're gonna get to points later. I like points this week. We're doing good. But do one of you guys have anything more to add before I segue?
For me, like I said a while back, and I was made fun of by Donnie. Ford has definitely turned the corner as a whole. So I mean,
we both were made fun of.
Yeah, quite a lot too. But
I know
not much talk now about that, but
doesn't seem to be.
They've definitely improved.
Track. We'll see.
They've definitely
win on a mile and a half.
They've won 2 of the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
I mean,
win on a mile and a half.
All right. Since Donnie thinks he knows everything, this week's caution break segment is actually special for Donnie. We are going to play a game of MTJ career trivia. These are going to be timed at 20 seconds per answer, and they're only for Donnie. Now, if Donnie fails to get the answer, I am going to open the door for Corey. So just for fun. So let's jump right into it. Donnie, I've got a timer set up here. I will even turn it around so you can watch it. Okay, is that fair?
Sure.
You got that?
MTJ stands for Martin Truex Jr. too, just so you know. Yeah.
Just so Donnie knows.
Yeah.
Are you telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. I was so confused there.
So are you ready for the first one?
Let's do it.
All right.
No, let's do it.
MTJ has driven multiple numbers over the course of his career with varying levels of success in each. How many numbers did he drive in total, and what are they?
Ooh.
4, So we got one, the 56. We got the 78 and the 19.
Good job. You're a real fan.
I only knew 3 of those.
You didn't know the 56?
What one didn't you know?
I knew the 78.
Oh, that's why he won the championship.
Yeah, that's like
I thought it was 56.
that was the era I liked him actually. Not that I dislike him. That was the era I cheered for him. Let's put it that way. All right, Donnie. Question number 2: while driving for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, Martin would win his first ever Cup Series win and his only win for DEI at what track?
Dover on a Monday.
It was
The
Dover.
autism speaks.
I didn't know it was Monday, but that was a quick response. All
Yeah.
right. Question number
when the
3.
whole lure
I've got
began.
9 of these, by the way.
Okay.
Question number 3. In perhaps one of the most dominant races in history, Martin ran a nearly perfect race at Charlotte during the Coca-Cola 600 in 2016. Out of the 400 laps in the race, he would lead all, but how many?
I have no idea. I'm going to say 12.
Close. 8. He led 392 of 400 laps, meaning all but
That's
12
wild.
of 600 miles, or 98% of the race.
All right. Well, I was close. 12 miles.
But still wrong. Other than when he hit it, he never lost the lead. Oh, I should have gave Corey. Sorry, I was supposed to give Corey the
It's all
opportunity.
good. I didn't know it anyways.
I know, but okay.
What do you mean you know? Wow.
Well, I know you wouldn't have known that. You weren't watching then. Why in the world would you know that random obscure fact?
Because I did my research today.
He's a closeted Martin fan.
I have notes right here. See? All my true
Put them down. Put them down. Don't let him get his answers.
What is it?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 4. There are 2 tracks that Martin has won at 4 times, Dover and Sonoma. How many tracks has he won at 3 times, and what are they?
Martinsville, Richmond, Charlotte. And I think that's it.
What? How did you know that?
Because he looked at his notes. He did his research too.
That's ridiculous. Do you have my questions somehow?
No. If I did, I would have got the last one right.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. Well, let's try this one on for size then. Outside of the 2 super speedways, being Daytona and Talladega, obviously, what is the track that Martin has raced at the most times without having a win?
Michigan? Oh, wait. Okay, no.
I think he won Michigan.
Give me a sec. Yeah. I'm going to say Atlanta.
Still wrong. Keep going. You got 5 seconds to get it right.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
All right, Corey, what do you got?
I have no idea. Let's
We'll
go. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, it's Texas with 35 attempts.
Texas, random.
So Texas, really?
Yeah.
Has he ever won at Atlanta?
I'm not sure.
Because I feel like Atlanta was his first race ever, so I would have thought like he would have been there more times, twice on the schedule.
He filled in for Dale Jr. once at Texas before he went full time. That might have helped. But the other thing is, too, did Atlanta ever go to only 1 race a year? Texas has always had 2.
Yeah, I thought Atlanta was always 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going by
I'm
racing.
gonna have to put an asterisk by that, and it might be a bad question.
It's not, though. All right.
We'll see. We'll address it next week.
This one you should have a guaranteed win. But I'm only taking your first answer. Okay. At which track did MTJ clinch his championship in 2016?
Homestead.
Hey, look at that. I'm not surprised.
Martin never won at Atlanta.
How many races did he do there?
29.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
That's a surprisingly low number.
Kevin Harvick ran 36. That's the most that there is.
Okay. Question number 7 of 9. How many total NASCAR championships has Martin Truex Jr. earned?
Like across all series?
Yeah. 3. Yeah. 2004, 2005 Xfinity champ, and 2017 in Cup. All right.
And we could go 5 if we're talking regular season championships.
But
Because
we're
he also
not,
won
'cause
that
they don't-
17 and 23. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay. It's wrong, but okay.
And
I
he
mean, the
almost won.
information's
What's
right.
wrong?
The information's right. It just doesn't count.
He almost won in 2021, didn't he? Except that other fella got ahead of him.
He almost won quite a few times, unfortunately. He's
Yeah.
got the, yeah.
Man, I
Most
Wikipedia'd him
place
today.
finisher.
The boy's had some bad luck, man. Like,
Right? He literally could be a 4-time champion right now, like
Yeah.
missing out by 1 spot every time. It's
Yeah.
wild to think.
and then loses 50 points because
Too
they
bad he
needed
didn't
Jeff
play
Gordon in the
horseshoes.
playoffs.
Right?
All right. Let's try this one. I
There
don't
you
think
go.
you're going to get this one. You might guess it,
All
but
right.
you won't know it. Which of Martin's 4 numbers that he drove in Cup also happened to be the number that he drove for his family's team in the Busch North Series?
I read this. I don't think I
Did
wrote
you?
it down.
I'm going to say the 19.
56.
No.
That's what I was. Wow,
Okay.
thanks. Thanks a lot for giving me a chance.
Sorry, you're right.
All good.
I just
I'm
feel like
so happy
Ryan's
when he
driven
gets
the
them wrong.
19.
I'm like, so what
That's
is
why I
it? Is
want
that
that.
only that's 3 you've gotten wrong now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see if you know this one. This will be surprising. This is really
Wasn't that question 9?
No, that was question 8.
Oh,
Here's the last question.
okay.
Perhaps the most important piece of trivia for tonight's caution break segment. How much money has the Martin Truex Foundation raised for ovarian and childhood cancer initiatives through its Catwalk for a Cause fundraising event?
How much money has the Martin Truex Foundation raised? How much time do I got?
You got 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3,
Wow,
3
Harvey-
million.
1, 0.
3 million.
Over 5.
Over 5. Well done.
Fun fact: do you know he also has a human organ transport business?
Really?
I did not.
I didn't know
Supposedly.
that either. What? Yeah, they call me. I get in the car and go. I have what is his spotter's name?
Don't tell me he doesn't race with heart.
Race with a heart. I heard it's really good for them to be in a car that's 120 degrees Fahrenheit before
I
transport.
thought you were going to ask me who his favorite NASCAR driver was.
It was
surprised
Jeff
that-
Gordon.
Nope.
I have no idea. Who was it?
Danica Patrick.
Yeah, okay.
Who's his favorite NFL team?
Man, I just fish with the guy. We don't talk football.
Probably
But,
Patriots. That'd be
Nah,
his
I'd go. I'm going to say the Jets.
The Eagles. He's a
Eagles.
Philly fan. He's a Flyers fan too, supposedly.
Okay. I guess New Jersey are either
Yeah.
closer to New York or closer to Philly. So that makes sense.
Or New Jersey for hockey.
New Jersey, yeah.
They don't have
nobody
a
likes
team, really.
Don't have a team. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
They're like the Alex Bowman of the NHL.
There's
That
never
must be
been a
why
good
I like
player. There's never been a good player on the Devils, bro.
never Martin Brodeur, one of the greatest goaltenders of all time. Scott Stevens, the defenseman who ended more careers than anybody else. Paul Correa was on the team for a while. Ron Francis, one of the leading point scorers in all of the NHL. I mean, Jack Hughes, one of the best young prospects going. I mean, come on. No good players
Scott
on the Devils?
Niedermayer.
Come on. Oh, there were so many.
Oh, so many. A week. Man, yeah.
We need to go
That
to-
was
we
that
need
was
to
a
go to
flat.
picks. That was a bad take.
No, that was flat. I was kidding. I just want a reaction.
Speaking of bad takes, let's talk about your pick this week.
Shut your mouth, man. Gosh.
Don't we got to talk about where we're going first? New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Going back to the Shire.
Oh, let me bring us back up here. All right. So yeah, headed to New Hampshire. Martin Truex's hometown track, actually. One of the 17 on the
surprise.
schedule.
Yeah, all of the tracks that are above Daytona, Martin's home track. Maybe if they called Daytona his home track, he'd get a win there too.
Hey, he's won there in the Xfinity.
Oh, ooh, that counts. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it counted on the championships we talked about.
Fair enough.
All right. So, yeah, my pick last week, Ty Gibbs, 25th. So that leads me picking last again. And unfortunately,
Which is what you
maybe
want.
we're not this week. But what I'm hoping, where it's been such a tough week, my driver's retiring. Maybe Korey will show some grace and
Or maybe not.
wow. I guess Korey donated his heart to Truex. He doesn't have it with him tonight. Dang.
We talked about this today.
Like,
it's cool that you guys have the same hat.
Sorry, buddy.
honestly, like I was just kind of hoping that you're going to be like, yeah, I'm not taking him because
Well, trust me, I've thought about not.
Oh, that's rough. That's probably the most stone cold move of this podcast. Like,
I feel bad for people that are listening and not watching.
Like, I might be retiring soon. I'll give you a decision soon.
I feel like for those listening, we do need to give you some context, but Donnie always, or shouldn't say always, often shows up wearing the hat of the driver he's going to pick. And Korey doesn't own a Martin Truex Jr. hat, but he picked up his Kyle Larson hat and he Sharpied 19 on the front of a piece of paper and stuck it in and threw it on his head. So
the hats never look better, I got to say.
Right?
If only you can fix the ugly mug underneath it, eh?
Right? So, yeah, Evan kept the trend going, got a point with Joey Logano this week.
Which I'm so mad about. I thought I was going to get a point
three
with
of us.
Josh Berry.
Actually,
Right.
Logano's gotten us all a point. this year.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Did you want to repeat anything else I've said tonight?
No, I'm good. I probably will, but I'm good.
So, yeah, Evan, 6th place finish, Barry, 7th place, and Ty Gibbs, 25th. So, with that, Evan moves up, tied with me in the points.
Woohoo!
Minus the tiebreaker, which I own, so I'm still in first. But Evan has weaseled his way up here, and we'll be picking first this week. And unable to pick Martin Truex Jr., let's see what he does. Will he lay up, or does he have something up?
I don't think so.
Well, I actually
He told
think
me he was laying up, so.
Yeah, well, I think everything's a layup pick in relation to New Hampshire, unless you go with Truex. For the most
I would
part,
agree. Hoping still.
So I am actually going to throw something at the wall. I've been debating on where I was going to use this guy. I'm going to go with Bubba Wallace.
Okay.
Bubba Wallace.
I have some hope then.
But does Bubba run well here?
He has the last 2 races. He got an average finish of 6.5.
Right on.
So, with the second pick tonight, the anticipation is killing everyone.
Did I take your second pick?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. Korey's taking second. I thought we were waiting on you. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah. No, I already told you guys know who I'm picking. Come on, Korey.
What?
Don't give in, Korey.
I'm taking Truex.
Okay.
I'm not 100% confident, but this is where I had him for. So, sorry, buddy.
All right. Well, I'm going to be honest. My pick 4 here, I'm changing it. I'm not sticking with what I had because I had Harrison Burton.
Oh yeah.
But I really thought Evan was going to take my second pick. So I'll have to reshuffle my list. But I'm going to be taking Brad Keselowski.
I thought about him.
Good pick.
Yeah.
He's a solid pick. Oh man.
I had Brad down for Michigan, so I'll have to find somebody else for that.
Maybe Truex. He's
Maybe.
still available for you.
He doesn't run bad there.
So I know how, like, here's the thing about like having your picks all picked out.
Yeah.
You got to be able to pick them. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like short track, first time Gibbs has won there in Xfinity. Like, I really did not have Gibbs losing to Barry.
Right.
Like, and if anyone did, beside like,
Yeah, actually, all you needed to do was not lose to Korey.
Yeah.
You didn't have to beat me.
right?
Yeah.
But I feel like when I pick third, I always come back and win, which sucks because I honestly would rather Korey win and take the lead next week.
I don't know. Like
Actually,
I said,
here's what's crazy. If Corey's driver like wins picks but doesn't win the race, it's a 3-way tie.
With me having the tiebreaker.
And me having the tiebreaker
first.
over Korey. But
yeah, so
Be the same scenario.
crazy rules.
But if Truex does win, Korey is the points leader, and I will never be more happy about it.
Good. We'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I think this is his best shot. Like this is, or besides, a couple other, like I don't know.
I don't know. I think if
He's had bad luck here in all reality. Like he's only got one
He's
win,
had
but
bad
he's
luck everywhere.
I will say actually, as long as the team doesn't get in his way, I honestly think Truex has the capability to win just about anywhere we go.
Oh yeah.
And like they've got the equipment. It's just is it set up right, and will the right pick calls be made? That's the reality. So I don't think this is an end all be all for him. I think this is an easy place for them to look at. But then again, sometimes maybe that pressure is not a good thing to put on them either, right? Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, like we're talking as if it's like a Kyle Busch scenario. You know what I mean? Like Truex has had some bad luck, but he's fifth in points, and like he's a long way from not being in the playoff picture. And like Evan said, like the equipment's there to win any week. The talent's there to do it. Like Kyle Busch, not so much based on the equipment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't think the talent is there?
Yeah.
Maybe the calm demeanor needed to pull it off.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this week. Should be good. This is a race we were almost supposed to be at, guys.
Yep. Which I have my nephew's grad party on Saturday, so I'm glad we didn't book tickets because I would have had to cancel.
For the race car game?
Yeah, for the race car game. Oh, man.
All right. Well, what do you say, Korey? You want to take us out of here?
Oh, I got to do the outro.
Yeah, I put it in pink every week, and you guys are always shocked about who's doing what.
Pink, I just assumed Donnie, right? So, but you know, all right. Well, follow us on all social media.
Do you have any other jokes written down you want to share?
No, just his hat.
That wins the night regardless, right?
Right? Like, man.
Oh, man.
Just heartless.
Sorry, buddy.
You're not, though.
I mean, I feel a little bit bad for you. Your driver's retiring, and I take him where you want to take him. Like, I mean,
right.
But. All right. Well, follow us on all social media. Don't forget to check out the new Lockout. Lockup. Sorry, Lockout, Lockup. Same thing.
No, they're not.
We like to lock Evan out of places, so.
That's true, actually.
It is true.
They're really mean to me.
All right. That's my outro because I am not good at doing that. So.
All right. I'll see you guys next week, you fools.